Our guy, Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins on SI, writes 5 biggest reasons for optimism for the Dolphins heading into the 2024 regular season. He says, first, a plethora of playmakers. That's interesting. Any description of the Dolphins invariably has to start with the ridiculous talent at the skill positions and speed unmatched around the NFL. Of course, it starts with Cheetah, Tyreek Hill. As Noah Lyles would say, what's his name again? That Cheetah guy? Tyreek Hill. Of course, they got Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, throw in rookie Jalen Wright to boot. The Dolphins have the ability to produce big plays like nobody else in the NFL. I would put a caveat or an asterisk next to that one. The offensive room weapons get very thin after that.
Achane, Tyreek, Waddle, Jonnu Smith.
You do have Jonnu Smith, yes.
Yeah, look at that. You forgot about your tight. They forgot about the tight end already. And you've got Mostert, Jalen Wright,
Devon Achane, we said that.
We said Achane. I still got, you have enough.
You see what Malik Washington can give us out of Virginia, the rookie. But I mean, with the injuries, we don't know what Odell Beckham Jr. is going to do. I'm starting to put my hand near the panic button, Vlad. Now, my LSU people that are all getting wild in Las Vegas told me week 1 of the preseason that he showed up in a ski mask here in South Florida. And I said, nah, you're being crazy.
Yeah, he fleeced you.
No, I was like, you're being crazy. They're like, you'll see. He's done it to other people. He'll do it to you. And I said, no, he's not. He wanted to be here.
You got fleeced. It's okay to get fleeced.
We don't know yet.
You got fleeced.
It's just that, once again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Remember, I was like, oh, if they would just come out and say, stop asking, he's totally fine. Nope, you get this one. Well, yeah, we're not going to rush him back.
So you got fleeced. Yeah, you got caught.
You should also know when LSU people are not selling out, but calling out their native son. That's not good, because you think they cape up for him and be like, oh, he'll be fine, he'll be great. No, they're like, oh, they showed up in a ski mask. And we're like, no. If OBJ is in Las Vegas now, living it up with LSU people, I'm not happy. And then again, he's not practicing, so what else does he have to do? Number 2 by Alan Poupart, Tua takes yet another step. I think he needs to put Tua and Mike McDaniel, because I think they have to be lock in step at getting better at things this year. The Dolphins made the commitment to QB Tua Tagovailoa in the offseason when they signed him to a 3-year contract extension. We know about all that. This would entail improving his performance against playoff opponents, though it's important to note that it's the whole offense that needs to pick it up in those situations. In his 3rd year in Mike McDaniel's system, added dimensions in the passing game. He's got Jonnu Smith, who I forgot about, I'll admit. The elements seem to be in place for Tua to continue to ascend. So Tua now has been paid. The expectations have been raised. But once again, he is seemingly in a better position now. He's got more weapons, got his coach. He's known the system. He's got the money. Now he's got to get the big wins. I think it needs to be Tua and Mike McDaniel. Once again, Mike McDaniel needs to learn how to adjust, because it seems like his adjustments are one of the weaker parts of his coaching. The game plan is good. The adjustments?
Hold on. Because this is the first time we've talked to the audience. Shout out, congratulations to Money Mike for getting a contract extension. Coach McFit, Mike McDaniel, got to give him credit. Give credit to for a 3-year extension. So he's with Tua.
Man, the Dolphins are all in.
Yeah, they are all in.
Chris Greer and them sitting there like, you know what? Let's do this. No more excuses.
Boy,
everybody's got it. Everybody good.
It's as if when Tua made those comments about Flores back in the days, about his time with Flores back in the days. It was as if the Miami is like, well, since he's discussing how he really feels, let me let's make sure he's comfortable for the next 3 to 4 years, as long as he's with us. Let's sign his coach, because his coaches who co-signed for him to get the contract extension. Well, let me give the coach as well a contract extension.
Once again, a playoff win.
Let me ask you this, though. Now that you have the contract extension, are you feeling the pressure of trying to get a playoff win?
I think it gives you more of a timeline. I feel as though if you just win a playoff game,
you're good now.
Yeah, because and now you can say, but if it's a long-term plan, we won one this year, we're over that hump. Next year, you'll see we're going to win the Super Bowl.
But fam, you've been to the playoff the last 2 years. The guy that you replace, his December-January record is way better than yours.
It's a new season.
I know that the quarterback is there for the next 4, right? or 5, I believe, because it's he's playing under the 5th year option
and
this year, and then the contract extension kicks in next year.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much 5, but let's just say for the next 4.
So basically,
how many years did McDaniel still have left on on the contract that they gave him the extension?
I say 2 years left.
So they gave him another 3 years after that.
Yeah.
So he has 5 years. So you have 5 years of Coach Mikey Fit.
I know Dolphins fans, and I don't want to hear it either. The way everything is laid out, you have to be patient. The Dolphins need to win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it might take 3 years. And I know that's hard. We should be all in. We should be winning. I know. But the way that now the contracts are structured and the way this team is built, you might have to wait a little bit. But this year, get a playoff win, and we'll deal with the rest. Alan Poupart also adds, the law of injury averages. While we fought back against the notion that injuries were the reason the Dolphins faltered down the stretch the past 2 seasons, it's undeniable that the injuries were a factor. I'll give you that. The Dolphins ran into a really unlucky streak with injuries to guys like Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Connor Williams, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jerome Baker twice. Key offensive guys, Hill, Waddle, Mostert. They were slowed by various leg issues. Maybe this is the year, knock on wood, the Dolphins avoid that kind of bad luck down the stretch. Law of averages? Well, the law of averages is that everybody gets hurt in the NFL. So that's kind of the law of averages we're working with. But he also says we have a first-rate secondary. Not that we got to look at the training camp. Let's see, the secondary potential to be very, very, very good. Jalen Ramsey.
See, that's weird when they say that. That's weird when they say that, right? Not weird when they say that. Talent-wise, they do.
Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland, top-notch.
But that's it. But last year, you had Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, Javon Holland. You would have thought that would have been a better secondary because that's what Fangs really does well with the secondary. Look at the secondary he set up in Denver prior to being fired. He works very well. So, but he didn't utilize those guys because some of them were in his doghouse and some of them just didn't really care for Fangs. Now with Mr. Weaver, Anthony Weaver as the defensive coordinator, I guess he's getting the best out of these young guys.
Yeah, he also had Kendall Fuller, Jordan Poyer, and Marcus Mays.
You know what? I forgot about those. You got some good vets that's still in their prime, not in the back nine. Not in the back nine.
Mm-hmm. And Cam Smith.
Front nine. They're probably like on the 10th hole. Cam Smith,
I'm not holding my breath anymore. I'm done.
What is it, second year?
Yeah, I'm done.
Come on, you can't just throw the kid out after 2 years, bro. Come on, man. He hardly scratched the surface last season. Let him eat. Let him breathe, man.
We've got to get healthy first.
Let him breathe. Okay, then.
I probably shouldn't have given up on Austin Jackson either.
You gave up on him?
No, I didn't give up on Austin Jackson.
A lot of people did. No.
Linemen.
A lot of people did, and then look what turned out. He became pretty much his second best offensive lineman.
Right. We gave up on Noah Igbenogany, who I don't even know if he made the commander squad. That's the problem.
Let me ask you this.
What, should we take it back?
No, it's a good question. No, because this is something I realized. They said the New York Jets have had like the most players like taken from a training camp over the last like 3 to 4 years. Practice squad, whatever. Just grab a player from their team that they make it, or they waive, or they release. And then my question is this: when you see that the players that you have that were in camp being signed to other places, is that good for you to say that you can develop players? Or if you don't have players that are being signed after being released and cut, is that an indication that you're not developing players, or
you're not using your best judgment either?
Right. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
I think it's a sign of your depth, that you have depth, and that maybe you cut some guys that you shouldn't cut. Some other reasons. Lesson learned. See, this is what the Dolphins need to do, is lessons learned. As mentioned earlier, Dolphins put themselves in a position to earn number 1 spot after starting 8-3, 9-3 last season. They weren't able to finish while they outplayed some of those late season losses. Although they were outplayed, there is little doubt that tactical mistakes were made. Yeah, maybe they've learned their lesson this time. You're going to have to. We said that. Tua and Mike McDaniel, if they evolve this season and are better at what they were bad at, which is not ad-libbing, but adjusting, this team, sky's the limit. And we'll find out next week.
No.
A week from now.
We don't find out next week. Next week's the beginning.
That's when we start finding out.
I'm not going to go crazy Yeah, if Miami starts 0-2, I don't think we should start hitting the panic button.
We started 2-0 last year on the road. So that's as high as you can get.
Oh, that's right. LA and in New England.
As high as you can get. And it's not about the beginning of the season. I guess it's about the end. So basically, let's see what we got, and then let's hold on and really see what we got at the end of the season.
Shout out to someone, Kuzan, that we didn't think we were going to see touch turf. His feet was going to touch the grass in September. We thought it was going to be October, maybe.
Oh, really? They're not rushing him.
We've talked about it. This has been talked about throughout this the station with the many great shows that we have here on 560 WQAM. Tobin and Leroy has always talked about that. Tobin and Leroy show every weekdays, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here on 560. They were talking about science versus miracles, or just you beat science, you defeated science. Jalen Phillips making the 53-man roster, not being put on the PUP list, is unbelievable.
Did it last year with Jalen Ramsey? This year, could it be Jalen Phillips?
I guess you got to be called Jalen just to do that. You got to. It's something about the Jalens.
The more aliens we can have on this team.
No, Jalen Ramsey's an alien. We established that last year. Jalen Phillips is reaching alien status right now. The guy, looks like a Greek god.
Yeah, he's chiseled.
Like, listen, sometimes things that are just obvious, you just got to say it's obvious. The guy he looked like he's just made out of granite. Like, he looks the part and he plays the part, but I didn't think he was going to be able to, after that significant of an injury, to come back that quick. I know modern medicine, modern science is at an unbelievable, it's unbelievable now, just what they can do. But man, bro,
it's okay.
Yeah, not the mere mortal man can't come back less than a year from an injury like that. This guy defeated the time frame, which was 9 to 12 months. He beat it by a month.
He's got a lot to do. Look, Jalen Ramsey came back quick. Maybe Jalen Phillips comes back quick. Last year, we wondered if Tua could stay healthy. This year, hopefully Jalen Phillips is the guy that stays healthy all year long.